in my shirt. I don't want to talk about that, 'cause I got the love of a beautiful woman. There's nothing's gonna take her place. She made me feel just like a natural born winner when I'm not even in the race. That's why they call me Mr. Lucky, and I thank my stars above. You can call me Mr. Lucky, 'cause I'm lucky in love. Never had a whole lot of money. I was never good at games and chance. When I'm playing cards with my buddies, where the money flies right out of my pants. Don't you know I got a little secret? It's the ace of hearts up my sleeve. And when I get home to my honey, she give me love like you wouldn't believe. Yeah, they call me Mr. Lucky, and I thank my stars above. You can call me Mr. Lucky, 'cause I'm lucky in love. When I'm walking through my neighborhood, everybody knows I'm feeling good. See me smiling from my head to my feet. They say, ain't that Mr. Lucky coming down the street? Hey, that's me. I'm Mr. Lucky when you kiss my lips, when you touch me with your fingertips. I'm Mr. Lucky when you hold me tight. I'm Mr. Lucky when we kiss goodnight. Baby, they call me Mr. Lucky, and I thank my stars above. You can call me Mr. Lucky, 'cause I'm lucky in love. Call me Mr. Lucky, and I thank my stars above. You can call me Mr. Lucky, 'cause I'm lucky in love. Call me Mr. Lucky in love. Call me Mr. Lucky in love. You know that's right. Baby, 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 baby.
Hey, everybody. What's going on? What's hot? What's hip? What's happening? What's shaking on your Friday night? It's Friday night shows. They're so much fun. Yeah. Okay. Hey, tonight, let me tell you about peanuts. All right. But before that, speaking of peanuts, please like, share, subscribe, retweet, redo whatever you need to do to spread the word so we can serve the almighty algorithm. And we're monetized, speaking of peanuts, so you can contribute to the show if you want. And if you look at the very end of the crawl here on your screen right now, you can find out how you can get yourself a gifted membership, because people are very generous here, and they give away memberships. So, you know, sign up for that. Get yourself a freebie. Speaking of memberships, let me get through some of these real quick here. Chris, most cheerful chat room on the internet, as verified by independent sources. Aku Mugen says, tonight will either be great or depressing. Changing a wheel bearing, and I have a date after. Yeah, I would agree with that assessment. Good one, Rev. The one, the only, the Tom Gully. God, thank you. This is a good thing there's only one. The Doc Torn is here. Rev is here. Tweeted and retweeted. So he hit it and he did not quit it. So people saying hi. Speaking of memberships, Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, noon real time, Texas time, we will have a members-only watch party, and we will be watching Night of the Living Dead. Ta-da! And good news, bad news. The good news is that members-only thing on Sunday. And the bad news is, this is the bad news, there will be no show Monday night. I have a business dinner. I have a dinner that I must attend. So it's actually at a really good place. So there will be no show Monday evening. No show Monday night. Chris Abel says, oh, wow, that'll be awesome. Oh, you bet it will be. They're coming to get you, Barbara. Aku says, for context, the last date I went on, I drove 4 hours to find she went to a club with another guy. Her loss. Reverend Wild Bill says, remind me of Butcher Block TV, movie and chat. Dude, first of all, why would you besmirch my show by bringing that up again? Second of all, if you think I'm going to do as terrible a job as Butcher Block TV did, that's hurtful. SG Fanboy says, no show Monday, unsubscribed. I'm doing one on Sunday. And Sundays will be long because the movie itself is an hour and 36 minutes long. And I haven't figured out exactly how I'm going to show that. I guess I'll just show it on a browser and but I am going to do it. Oh my God. The thing that's made me so happy since last night. Let's see. Forgive me, please. You can never be as bad as he was. Yes, and you and I have that piece of video of him that dare not be spoken of. Crew and chef in the house. They're down there in Union Station making them fancy pizzas, I assume. So hey guys, nice to have you with us. Hey gang, Kahuna is here. Reel to reel, Tom? No, not reel to reel. It's Internet Archive. The chef is on deck, making them fancy pizzas. But here's the big news, the big news. SG Fanboy, he just keeps outdoing himself. And we talked about falling down and how I look like the falling down guy and how there are people who call me falling down and the problems with Spectrum. Yeah, look what this man did. Tom Gully, Falling Down, The Adventures of an Ordinary Man at War with Spectrum, a tale of urban reality. And look at that face, man. That's me. It's Mother's Day on Sunday. I could show that picture to my mom, and she'd say, wait, where was that taken? Oh, man, so good. Big K and crew, the video that makes your eyes bleed. Oh, God. I forget that guy's name even, but Butcher Block TV. Well, no, was it Butcher Block? It was Chop Block TV. It was Chop. What is it, Chop or Butcher? I can't remember. Hey, Rev, Peanuts, eh? Oh, yes, I'm going to be telling you about the wonder of Peanuts. And I had to put the peanut, because if you say Peanuts, people think it's the cartoon. The comic strip, anyway, or whatever. I guess it's both. Chris Abel's saying hi. People saying hi. People saying hi. People saying, is that a Photoshop or some kind of AI? I'm pretty sure it's some kind of AI. It could be a photo. It could be an actual photo of me, however. Big K getting ready to get homie drunk on the show tonight. Oh, okay. All right. Who cares what the name was? This is true. The Reverend and I have a picture of this guy who used to have a thing called, I think it was Chop Block. It might have been Butcher Block TV. And he would, kind of like a horror movie host, like Svengoolie or something, he would do these, and he was terrible at it. This is the worst. But then the Reverend and I have a picture of him dressed up in what can only be called violently bizarre, unnecessary clothing or lack thereof, dancing. And it is, you want to scrub your eyes with a steel wool brush and some turpentine after you see it. It's a little of both. Yes, it's a little of both. That's a pic when Tom went to Cali the last time. Oh, it's sure. Oh yeah, that trip to Bakersfield. Um, let's see. I'd buy that poster, Tom. I would too. I certainly would. I'd frame it. I'd put it up. Aku says, can't wait for Tom to bring SG on to do a show on AI generated art. I really should do that. Kahuna says, Chris, you got a good eye for cheating. Be on high alert. Chop Block TV, looking at his signed picture he sent for the collection. Oh, God. Don't tread on me, says that picture. Oh, I could do the dialogue if you want me to, but I'm not gonna. I'm on your turf. Listen, guys, I'm having a really bad day. Anyway, so through our I was on his network, but through our sort of knowing the Chop Block guy and the people in that sphere, the Reverend and I have that piece of video. We also have some photography that we shall never be able to show that is shocking. Big K. Let's see. Aku says, SG, what AI program do you recommend for photo manipulation generation? Thinking of getting into it. Yeah, you should get it. Good evening, Lyndon. I'm the bad guy? How much for this Coke? Look, I just want some change. Anyway, good evening, Chris. You've got the breakfasts right there. I can see them. Happy to be here. I'm also happy to be here. None. Glad to see you from the Pot Awful Cult. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Yes. Shocking photography. Shocking. And not that bad. He went by Slasher Poe on the Svengoolie type show. Yeah, he was Slasher Poe on that. And he had like canned responses to things. He didn't actually comment on the movies a lot of the time. He just had things like, "Oh, I bet that hurts," or whatever. But we have that photo that was sent. Was it 1 or 2 that we shall never be able to show? And what was her name? Scarlett Ramirez or something. She got mad at me for nothing and banned me. It was like something that I had no knowledge of, that I wasn't even referring to. But she had a lot of other issues. Fanboy says, Aku Mugen, DALL-E 3 is the most user-friendly for generating images, Insight for face swaps, and Photoshop for blending touch-ups as well as text. There you go. And he interrupted at the worst time. Yeah, he would interrupt the movie at the worst time. Scarlett Koresh, that was it. Yeah. Mid-Journey is good too, but a little more tricky to work with. Okay. And a couple nice pics there too. That's what I'm saying. But we will never be able to show them because it was shocking. But she had a lot of, and it's not like I'm not casting aspersions. She was very open about all of that stuff. So whatever, man. I got my own problems. You know what I mean? I really do. I'm just tired. I gotta run an errand right after the show. Wow, man, I opened up the wrong thing. I didn't open up my thing. I opened up the wrong thing. I didn't open up my thing. Oh, boy. Can you dig it? Let me get some appropriate photography. I'd like to get some appropriate photography. Let's see here. SG, are these free or affordable? Reverend Bill says, and whatever happened to that person that lived in Florida and played the band? Brian O'Brien? I don't know. He got mad. He was saying some stuff about somebody that was a friend of the show, and I kept going, man, lay off, because he could get pretty. He would get upset about stuff, but he's a good guy. I wish he would come around. I really do. But see, if you remember, Rev, Brian would go offline for long periods of time, completely radio silent. But what a funny guy. What a great guy, really. It's peanut butter gully. It's peanut butter gully time. 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 Baseball bat. Peanut butter gully time. Peanut butter gully time. All right. I'm sorry. Don't be sorry. I was going there myself. DALL-E 3 is free. You just need a live email address for Bing. Midjourney and Adobe Photoshop cost, but are affordable. But are well within the price rate. And it really, really works. I'm sorry, I was called back from last night. The peanut is native to South America, east of the Andes, around Peru, Bolivia, Argentina, and Brazil. Cultivated peanuts, the kind we like, arose from a hybrid between two wild species of peanuts. Just wild. Yeah. So I don't want to get into the genetics of this, but there's a bunch of genetics regarding the spontaneous chromosome doubling that had to occur for those two wild to get together and make the peanut that we all have come to know and love today. The process of domestication through artificial selection made the cultivated peanut way drastically different than the other ones. The domesticated plants are bushier and smaller and have a different pod structure and much larger seeds, blah, blah, blah. The oldest known archaeological remains of a peanut pod have been dated at about 7,600 years old. Still edible. No, I'm kidding. They're found in Peru, where the dry climate is favorable for the preservation of organic material, which we all know, right? Many pre-Columbian cultures, such as the Moche, depict peanuts in their art. And they were cultivating these in Mesoamerica before the Spanish arrived. And the conquistadors found the peanut offered for sale in marketplaces, particularly in Tenochtitlan. You guys all know why I said that. The cultivation was introduced in Europe in the 19th century through Spain, mostly around Valencia, where it's still produced, although they don't produce that much. I'm going to tell you about the production of it, by the way, in a couple minutes. So when the peanut became really popular, it kind of replaced the nut that everybody was using, which was the Bambara ground nut, which has seed pods that also develop underground. In Asia, it became an agricultural mainstay. They produce a ton of peanuts in Asia. And I'll tell you about that in a second. The peanuts were introduced to the U.S. during the colonial period, and they were grown in people's gardens. Starting in about 1870, it was used as an animal feedstock. But human consumption of peanuts really took off in the United States in the 1930s. Now, George Washington Carver championed the peanut as part of his efforts for agricultural extension in the South, United States, where soils were depleted after repeated plantings of cotton. So he got the idea that if we rotate that with peanuts, the soil will regain all of its nutrients. And so he came up with hundreds of peanut-based products, including cosmetics, taints. It's not what you think. It's not what you think. Paints. A taint is a sort of a stain. It's not a full paint. Paint, plastics, gasoline, and nitroglycerin. The U.S. Department of Agriculture initiated a program to encourage agricultural production of peanuts and human consumption of peanuts. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, peanut butter was developed in the 1890s in the United States. It became very well known after the Beechnut Company began selling peanut butter at the St. Louis World's Fair of 1904. Now, the peanuts that we all eat are mostly known as Valencia peanuts. Now, there's different strains and stuff of those, and they've hybridized them, and they make them, they special peanut for special use. Peanuts for peanut butter are different than peanuts for peanut butter oil, and they're all very specialized now. But these are Valencia peanuts, okay? They have that red skin and whatever. And those are 4% water, 48% fat, 25% protein, 21% carbohydrates. And that includes 9% dietary fiber, which we all need, as you know. Peanuts are very rich in essential nutrients, okay? So like 3.5 ounces of peanuts provide 570 kilocalories of food energy, and they are an excellent source of more than 20% of the daily value of B vitamins, vitamin E, dietary minerals like manganese, magnesium, phosphorus, and dietary fibers. I mentioned the fats are mainly polyunsaturated and monounsaturated fats, for those of you who are really strict about your diet. Some studies show that regular consumption of peanuts is associated with a lower specific risk of mortality from certain diseases. So there you go. They may reduce the risk of heart disease, especially. So, by the way, peanut skin contains resveratrol, which, protects the body and certain plants from attack by bacteria and fungi. Not a guy at a party with an arrow through his head. I mean a fungi, a fungus, more than one fungus. Peanut oil, a common cooking and salad oil is peanut oil. There's a fella mixing up some peanut oil right yonder there. Peanut oil is about half of it is monounsaturated fats. So there you go. It's extractable from whole peanuts using a simple water and centrifuge method. And the oil is actually being considered by NASA's Advanced Life Support Program for future long-duration human space missions. That's how nutritious or good or whatever it is. I don't know. Oh, I don't want to get into the whole thing about the herbaceous plant and stuff. Just know that the peanut is actually a flower, but the flower part is not the part that we eat, okay? And the flower of the peanut plant does not last very long, okay? And they're yellow. They're bright yellow. The peanut fruit, the nut, develops underground, and that's sort of unusual. It's called geocarpy. But after fertilization, it's part of an assembly. There's a stick part, there's the peanut nut, and then there's like a little... there's the shell. These parts of the peanut. There's the shell. We all know what that is. The cotyledons. There's 2 of them, usually in a peanut shell. And that's the main edible part. Those are the nuts, the cotyledons. The seed coat, that's that brown paper that covers the edible part. There's the radicle, which is the root at the bottom of the nut, which is snapped off. If you've ever seen the inside of the nut, it's got that little nodule there. That's what that is. And the plumule, which is a shoot that comes out of the top of the radicle. So you have to get that nut snapped off from the rest of it. So there you go. Now, allergies. Some people, 0.6% of the U.S. population report that they experience allergic reactions to peanut exposure. And symptoms are normally severe to this, okay? And they can be like watery eyes to anaphylactic shock, which is generally fatal if not treated. Eating a small amount of peanuts can cause a reaction. And because of their widespread use in prepared and packaged foods, avoiding peanuts can be difficult. It's not easy. So you got to read the ingredients and the warnings. Foods processed in facilities that also handle peanuts on the same equipment are required to carry warnings about that. And avoiding cross-contamination with peanuts and peanut products is, always talked about, promoted, etc. People think that an early lack of childhood exposure to infectious agents like germs and parasites could be causing the increase, because there is an increase in peanut allergies. So studies comparing the age of peanut introduction in Great Britain with the same thing in Israel show that delaying exposure to peanuts in childhood can dramatically increase the risk of developing peanut allergies. So, if you expose them early, there's, less risk. Some school districts in the U.S. have banned peanuts or products containing peanuts. Peanut oil, refined peanut oil, will not cause allergic reactions in most people with peanut allergies, though. However, crude peanut oil, the kind that uses bad language in mixed company, that kind can cause problems. So there you go. I mentioned there's a whole bunch of different kinds of peanuts, right? These yonder are Spanish peanuts. Really small, really round, really red. These happen to be fried Spanish peanuts. Fried. And you see Spanish peanuts sometimes in bars and other places. So originally, these were the kind that were grown here in the United States. About 90% of the peanuts in the state of Georgia were Spanish. But now, they're larger, more disease-resistant ones are the ones that we all, use. Spanish peanuts have a higher oil content than other types of peanuts. And Spanish peanuts are normally grown in New Mexico, Oklahoma, and Texas here in the United States. So there's a ton of different kinds of Spanish peanuts. It's not just one kind. Let's see here. Runner peanuts. Now, the Southeast is now growing these runner peanuts, which I'm not going to show because they just look like regular peanuts. All right. There's a larger seeded peanut called Virginia Group that is grown in sort of the mid-Atlantic-ish states, and then also in Texas, New Mexico, and Oklahoma. And they call them the Virginia Group because Virginia is the predominant place where they produce them, but they grow in like a bunch. So that's advantageous to people that want to harvest them. There's the Valencia peanuts. I already showed you those. And then there's Tennessee Red and Tennessee White groups. So now behind me, you see whole peanuts. And whole peanuts are the kind that, Planters makes, and you get them roasted and you eat them just as a snack. Okay. So that's one major kind of peanut that people are using, right? Now, this yonder is a ground nut, and these are boiled. And I still don't know why people boil peanuts. You see people in the South, hey, we got some boiled peanuts over here. It's like, keep them to yourself. Who needs them? I don't particularly care for the boiled peanut. Thank you. Peanut oil is used in cooking because of a mild flavor and a relatively high smoke point. So you can cook things before it starts to smoke. It's considered more healthful than saturated oils, and it does not easily become rancid. You can keep it for a long time. So, there is extra virgin or cold-pressed peanut oil that sort of can be swapped out with extra virgin olive oil if you care for that sort of thing. And then, of course, where is it? Yes, everybody's favorite, peanut butter. Peanut butter, right? it normally peanut butter contains extra ingredients that modify the texture, such as salt or taste, like salt, sweeteners, emulsifiers. Many companies have added twists on plain peanut butter by adding other varieties, such as chocolate or cinnamon raisin. Peanut butter is served on spread, bread, toast, crackers, sandwiches, PBJs, you know. It's also used in a lot of candy, like peanut-flavored granola bars or Reese's Cups or other things. Now, the United States is a leading exporter of peanut butter and itself consumes $800 million worth of peanut butter every single year. There is a thing called peanut flour. They actually make flour out of peanuts for gluten-free cooking, if you're into that sort of thing. And then in different parts of the world, they use peanuts very differently than we do. This is from India, and this is a fried curried peanut. Yeah, they do all sorts of stuff to it in other parts of the world, so that we don't do, that we don't just cotton to. In Latin America, peanuts are super common, and like they'll roast a guinea pig and serve it in a sauce of ground peanuts, because yum, with roasted onions and garlic. Yeah, there's a dish called a copa that they serve in Peru, which is a smooth sauce of roasted peanuts and hot peppers with roasted onions, garlic, oil poured over meat or potatoes. Another example is a fricassee, combining similar mixture with sautéed seafood or boiled or shredded chicken. So peanuts are heavily used in like sauces in Latin America, and also many candies and snacks are made using peanuts. In Mexico, it's very common to find them in different presentations as a snack or salty candy, praline, and marzipan. So there you go. Peanut and molasses is also used in a similar to marzipan type candy in Brazil called pé de moleque. Yeah. So, in West Asia, crunchy coated peanuts called kabukum, in Hebrew, are a popular snack in Israel, and they're sold by weight at corner stores. The coating is flour, salt, starch, lectin, and sometimes sesame seeds. So there you go. Bamba puffs are also a popular snack in Israel. Their shape is similar to like a cheese doodle, but they're made of peanuts and corn. In Southeast Asia, they use it for tons of stuff in like spicy sauces. And you guys have been to restaurants where there's peanuts and Chinese restaurant in various dishes. In the Indian subcontinent, India, peanuts are a light snack, usually roasted and salted, but they love to include chili powder. They're often roasted and sold in pods or boiled with salt, which just makes me want to hear. They make peanut brittle there. Most Indians use mustard, sunflower, and peanut oil combined together for cooking. In South India, ground nut chutney. They make a chutney out of the ground nut, and they eat that for breakfast. So there you go. In West Africa, the bambora ground nut, which I just showed you, boiled and whatnot, that's a staple food there. Peanut sauce. Peanut sauce is it's made for ground or roasted peanuts and then made into a sauce prepared with garlic, onions, peanut butter or peanut paste, and vegetables like carrot, cabbage, cauliflower. It can be vegetarian or prepared with meat, usually chicken. In East Africa, peanuts also very common. Groundnut stew is made by boiling ground peanut flour with cabbage, mushrooms, dried fish, meat, or other vegetables. And in East Africa also, roasted peanuts are sold in cones from a newspaper, made from a newspaper and obtained from street vendors. The state of Georgia leads the United States in peanut production with 49% of the nation's peanut acreage and output. In 2014, farmers cultivated 591,000 acres of peanuts, yielding 2.4 billion pounds. The most famous peanut farmer, of course, was Jimmy Carter, became president. In the United States and Canada, peanuts are used in candles, cakes, cookies, and other sweets. Candies, sorry. God, I'm tired. Individually, they're eaten dry, roasted, and without salt. You guys know how we deal with peanuts around here. Peanuts used to be sold at fairs or by pushcart operators in the 19th century. You couldn't just get them anywhere. Peanut butter is a common peanut-based food, representing half of the American total of peanut consumption in this country. So peanut soup is found on restaurant menus in the Southeast. And there you go. Peanuts are also deep fried, sometimes within the shell. Per person, Americans eat 6 pounds of peanut products annually, spending about $2 billion in peanut retail purchases. Now, peanut production worldwide. Okay, number one. Well, let's just do this from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do it like the Miss America contest. The fourth runner-up is the Sudan at 2.8 million tons of peanuts per year. The third runner-up is the United States with 2.9 million tons per year. Second runner-up is Nigeria with 4.5 million tons. India is the runner-up with 10 million tons of peanuts produced per year. And then Miss Peanut is China with 18 million. So nearly double the second place finisher. Peanuts are used to fight malnutrition. Oh, yeah. They're also used to fight plumpy nut and Medica mamba, which I think we all know how painful those can be. Because they're high protein, high energy, and high nutrient-based foods that are given out in pastes to be used as a therapeutic food to fight famine all over the world. The World Health Organization, UNICEF, Project Peanut Butter, Doctors Without Borders have all used these products to help save malnutrition, malnourished children in developing countries. I cannot speak today. By the way, peanut plant tops and crop residues can be used for hay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The peanut can also be used to create a protein cake where residue from oil processing is used as animal feed and soil fertilizer. The groundnut cake is a livestock feed used mainly for cattle, but it is one of the most important and valuable feeds for all types of livestock. There you go. Peanuts grow best in light, sandy loam soil with a pH of 5.9 to 7. There you go. Their capacity to fix nitrogen means that providing this kind of soil means they nodulate properly and they improve soil fertility. There you go. Yep. They can be propagated with mold if there is a drought or if they're not properly stored. So they, there you go. And with that being said, I'm pretty sick of talking about peanuts. Hopefully you learned something about peanuts that you didn't know before. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what I know about the damn peanut. It's a Friday show, folks. These all can't be winners. You know what I'm saying? Not all these shows are going to be, Somebody said something about Indiana University there. That's the wolf. Wow, there's a lot of comments here. Man, there's an awful lot of comments here. Good God. I didn't think there'd be this many comments about peanuts. He's stuck in his head. I don't know. Oh, the peanut butter jelly time. Toby McGrovey says, assembled. The Rev says, baseball bat. You headed back to Bakersfield falling down? No, I'm not headed back to Bakersfield anytime soon. On the streets of Bakersfield, you don't know you don't like me. On the streets of Bakersfield. Yeah. Phone lines are open. Well, not quite. Wait a minute. They're not quite open. And I think Jimmy Carter wanted to make Georgia the goober state. God bless his pointy little head. Wasn't he special? He still is. Doctrine says there's a lot of nuts in Asia. You can say that again. Reverend Wild Bill says the depression will get you to eat anything. Peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly with the baseball bat. 99% dietary fiber. That must be the shell. Yeah. I can eat a can of peanut butter a week, says None. It is good stuff. Good evening, Chris. Most cheerful chat room on the internet, as verified by independent sources. By the way, we are monetized. If you want to super chat, but please sign up for a gifted membership. The instructions will come up in the crawl in a couple seconds. And also like, share, subscribe, notification bell, retweet to serve the almighty algorithm. Hail algorithm. All right. Peanut oil is best for cooking southern fried chicken. Southern fried chicken. The Wolf says, I love making keto fudge using peanut butter and grass-fed butter with monk fruit. Then, after a low boil, pour it into a pan and freeze it. Yum, yummy, yum, yum. The lovely and talented Homie Don't Play That says, I make chocolate-covered peanuts by using Redskin peanuts. I guess I should say Commander peanuts. Commander Peanuts sounds like the guy that hosts a kids' TV show. That's awesome, Kim. It is awesome. The Wolf then freezes it. You dump it out and eat the pan. Oh, now, hey. Doctrine says, is NASA going to add some flavor to that peanut oil future? I'm sure they will. They made Tang. People saying hi. Aku says, sorry, Tom, if you cover this. Recent papers indicate that peanut allergies increase due to lack of exposure to natural bacteria and viruses. Estimated to take 3 generations. Yeah, I did cover it. Thanks. I'm just kidding. Wolf says, also the best for deep frying turkey. Deep fried turkey. Turkey. I have some peppered turkey in the fridge. It's very good. Extra crunchy. I like it extra crunchy. Turkey legs. Parasites. I knew I forgot one. The Wolf says, I've only eaten the fudge, Rev. Turkey necks. Gross. I can't handle poultry neck. GMO peanuts in Georgia. Okay. SG Fanboy says, my oldest was allergic to peanuts, but thankfully he grew out of it. Akumugan says, side note, researchers agree that humans' evolution was majority driven by parasites due to genome sections in our DNA. Okay. Are the peanuts bigger in Texas? Depends on what kind of peanut, I guess. I don't know. I haven't measured them. The Reverend says, I still have a planter Mr. Peanut jar in my jar bottle collection. It was bought at the Mr. Peanut Planter store in downtown Atlanta back in the late 50s. Got it with my grandmother. Yeah, my grandmother had all sorts of ceramic Mr. Peanut things. Kids just love Jif. Goober is where it's at. Goober grape. Toby says, peanut butter ice cream like Ben & Jerry's Netflix and Chilled is solely responsible for most of the weight I've gained in my life. Do not try it. Or what about just peanut butter cookie dough? Man, I could eat, I'd make a slab of that like meatloaf and I'll eat it all day. Akumugan says there's also powdered peanut butter for those of us looking for low calorie options. Okay. I'm partial to government peanut butter, says Wild Bill. Chris Abel says peanuts and anything is good. I think he's right. The Doctorn says, here in New Orleans, we have a certain kind of nut here we call locals. Damn Skippy. Oh, now the phone lines are open. Damn Skippy. Doctorn. Of course, I'm busy and you're talking food, says Randy. I bet you've used peanuts in a dish or two over the years. I'm partial to government cheese. You know, I have many times, because I always have do I have one right here? No, I got rid of it. I usually have one of those canisters of whatever it is, of roasted peanuts. And if I make that hot, sour ramen stuff, I pour some peanuts in it. And I put peanuts in a lot of things. Sometimes a salad. I've got some salad I'll be eating this evening. Salad. Yes, I'll be eating salad. I'm sick of looking at pictures. Let's do this. Payday is one of the best candy bars. That and chocolate paydays. Payday is so good. I used to get a payday every single day after school when I was in junior high. I want some of those curry peanuts. They do sound good, don't they? Especially since they're deep fried. Choosy mothers choose Jif. There used to be a band called Jif and the Choosy Mothers. I'm not joking. People laughing. The most cheerful chat room on the internet, as verified by independent sources. Deep frying a turkey in peanut oil is delicious. Greetings, Chris and everyone. Hello, Julian Zeezer. Reverend Wild Bill says, you can't beat government cheese. Next thing to Velveeta. I've never had it. Chris Abel says, Gilman, hey, yeah. Nailed it, Kim. Peanuts made me hit the like button. All right, whatever it takes. The Wolf says, I met John Cougar at the Peanut Barrel in Bloomington. John Mellencamp. He wants to be called Mellencamp now. Reverend Wild Bill says, Boston baked beans, candy-coated peanuts. I think those are Spanish peanuts. Chris Abel says, Kim, is that a small town? Bloomington? Well, it's not a big town. For Indiana, it's kind of one of the bigger towns, but it's where Indiana University's at. Yeah. Lyndon's laughing. They grow peanuts here in California. Well, they grow everything in California, just like Texas. Aku says that's where the phrase, the peanut man is in office, came from. Let's see here. The zoo puts up signs saying to stop feeding peanuts to the elephants. Yes, the Wolf is correct. Bloomington, Indiana is where Indiana University is. And I don't know what the population is. Jesus Christ. Hi, welcome to the Tom. If you caller, you're going to need to turn down your speaker, please, caller.
Yes, sir. I'm calling you today. You got a troll in the room, dude.
Who?
You do.
No, who's the troll?
It's a new one, ALIBHG. They're scrolling. You'll see down at the bottom. Even Chris has called them out.
No, I won't. Oh, there we are. Yeah, I will see.
But anyway, hey, Tom.
All right. There.
Do your thing. Bring Maxwell Silver Hammer down.
They're gone.
Bye-bye.
They are no more. I just hadn't gotten down there yet.
Well, I know. That's the reason why I just thought I'd get, because
that was nice of you.
It was starting to get kind of accurate. I mean, even the delightful Chris Abels even got upset about it.
If Chris Abels gets upset, yeah, then now we got problems.
Yeah, well, yeah. But I thought I'd just drop in. Plus, also, too, I wanted everybody to remember this voice tonight when they go to bed, so that way they can have their nightmares this weekend. Building them up to Sunday's great new show that's going to be done on the weekends, and we're going to be able to watch Night of the Living Dead.
Yes.
Barbara, they're coming for you.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Barbara, that's it. You're so good at that. You even sound just like them,
You're ignorant.
I know it, thank you.
No, she says that to him. And then there's the other part.
I know.
Yeah, every year. Wonder what happens to these. We bring one out every year, and then it's gone. I wonder how many times we bought the same one.
I remember when that movie came out. That was the only other one that was so different.
Yeah, it really was at the time.
Because until then, all you had was the great monster. The great ones like the Mummy, Wolfman, Dracula,
Frankenstein,
the creatures, Frankenstein, things like that,
Mm-hmm.
And then they come out with Night of the Living Dead.
Yep.
And that just opened it for everybody.
Really did.
It did. It did.
really
So,
did.
So you got big plans for this weekend since you ain't working at that fancy, highfalutin radio station anymore?
Boy, you'll be damned to hell. No, I don't. I'm laundry. I'll be doing a lot of laundry. And Arsenal plays. See, 10:30 my time.
Sunday.
So Sunday. So I don't even think the match will be over when I start. In fact, it won't. And I did that specifically because if the Arsenal doesn't do well, then I'll be ticked off.
You won't mind leaving it?
No, I'll just be ticked off during the show. But Toby McGrory says 6 pounds of peanuts per person. That's nuts. I hate myself. Awesome punnets for peanuts. Geez, you guys, stop it with the peanut puns. Wolf says I sit next to Mr. Peanut statue when I get my treatment at Scripps. I know. I'm sure the peanut statue appreciates your company. The Reverend says, I love sitting down with my vape in one hand and a tablespoon of peanut butter in the other. Toby says, I'm the worst. The Wolf. Oh, listen to this. Listen to this, Reverend. The Wolf makes peanut butter cheesecake. Now, that sounds good.
That does sound good.
It really does. The payphones are open. Let's see. Julian Caesar says, any show where Tom posts a peanut pick is a winner. Well, good. I'm glad something's going right today. Chris Abel says, I learned a lot. That's why I love the Tom Gully show. I don't know. I didn't do much entertaining. I wasn't very funny. I normally try to make it funny, and I didn't do that because I'm just really tired.
Well, I agree with him. I mean, I love the Tom Gully show, if nothing else, because I've always said I love to learn at least one thing new every day.
Yeah.
At least something. That way it keeps my brain going.
I'm not crazy
And if nothing else, I can listen to the Tom Gully show and always learn something new.
I'm not crazy about learning. It's okay, Tom. This show is pretty nutty. Okay. All right. He says, I'm sorry. All right. See, the Wolf says, peanut butter is great on Ritz crack. Oh, Chris Abels, thank you so much for the donation. Thank you so much for the super chat. I always learned from the Tom Gully show. That's why you're my fave. Hit the like for the algorithm. Yes. Burn them or what is it? Shoot them and burn them. They go up pretty easy. The sheriff at the end. The sheriff at the end of Night of the Living Dead. Shoot them and burn them. They grow up pretty easy. They're all messed up. He goes, they're all messed up.
And then, well, I'm not going to do the spoiler just in case there happens to be somebody out there who has never seen Night of the Living Dead. But
yeah,
I tell you what, the ending is so sad.
Peanut butter fudge.
It's just sad.
Peanut butter fudge and no baked cookies. It is sad. And you remember when they remade it in 1990? And the characters were a little differently done, but it was pretty close to the original.
Bad.
But it was so close to the original. I was like, why did you remake it if you're just going to make the same one over again? But Chris Abels, you shouldn't encourage my bad chats. Punish me instead. Just took me over 5 minutes to think of that. Killing It with the Abels was so good last night. It was really good.
And then when they colorized it.
Yeah, well, they colorized it partially to.
Bad,
well, they partially colorized it because they could copyright that version.
Is that the reason why they did that, you think?
That's one of the reasons.
That wasn't one of Uncle Ted's things?
No.
Okay, because, he went on a big to-do about all that kind of stuff.
No, he colorized a lot of movies.
But that's true.
They made Tang because succinic acid didn't sound citrusy enough when the FDA made companies disclose what was in this product. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought they just made it for the astronauts. I can't help it, Toby. It was hilarious. Peanut butter ice cream. Yeah, that's another good one. I like a good zero bar, says SG Fanboy. I'm not mad at the zero bar. Payday bars are incredible. Chris Abel said that earlier. They're payday bar. Stop troll.
Zeros are good too, though. They are.
They are so good. My only objection to the zero bars is not big enough. I want a zero bar that's the size of like a Butterfinger. I mean, I want it much bigger. Maxwell's silver hammer came down upon his head. Yeah, sure.
Yes, sir.
I mean, look, that wasn't even constructive trolling. It was like you're not even doing anything.
That was just a pain in the ass troll.
Yeah. SG Fanboy says, I got something for the watch along. Oh, okay. Oh, boy. I bet you do. Tom almost sounds like Dr. Smith from Lost in Space. Oh, the pain, the pain. You abominable bucket of boats.
Well, Mr. Tom, it's getting to be about 10 till 8, and I'm going to go ahead and drop off now. I just wanted to make you feel good that you did open up the phone line so the money is not being wasted. And so on that note, I will say goodbye, Avita Sane, Wiener Schnitzel, and all that other kind of good stuff.
Okay, you going to watch Replayables?
Sure.
All right, I'll see you there. Well, I got to go run an errand first, but I'll try to get in there after that.
Well, late's better than not at all,
Exactly.
So, hey, I'll hold the fort down until you get in there.
Okay, we'll talk to you later.
And I'll keep, I'll try to keep Chris under control until then. So,
Well, good luck with that.
Oh, I hope I can't do it. He's too much fun otherwise.
Yeah.
But anyways, we'll talk at you later, brother.
All right, bye-bye. The Reverend Wild Bill. There we go. Whoomp. Yeah, thanks for the noise. Aku says, Roanoke Gaming does an amazing breakdown of that movie series. Oh, okay. I'll check it out. The Wolf says, I want him to say, pleased as pie on the surface, but very pugnacious underneath. Pleased as pie on the surface, but very pugnacious underneath. Oh, you horrible boy. Let's see here. Amen, Rev. Amen, Rev. That does sound good, Wolf. SG Fanboy says, has anyone ever watched the documentary about the making of Night of the Living Dead? Pretty good. Yes, this is very good. So Cynic was for the astronauts originally. Turns a hen into a rooster. Hey now. It's good for low T. SG Fanboy says, not yet. Love the movie. Love the movie. I saw ads for that movie at the drive-in with my parents, and it seemed like the most terrifying thing ever because, as Wild Bill said, there was no movie ever like it. It was violently, for the time, gory and whatnot, even though it was in black and white. And they would show the trailer, and we would all just be so freaked out. And then I don't think I actually saw the movie until I was in early high school age. A really, really close friend of mine was older than me. We both worked at McDonald's. He was like a manager. He was in college. And he had one of the early Betamax players. And he had Night of the Living Dead. And I went over there and watched it at his house after work one time. So it was really late. And there was a girl that worked at McDonald's that I also was really sweet on. We ended up dating a little bit, and we all watched it. And she got all scared and leaned on my shoulder. It was awesome. Candied strawberries dipped in peanut butter and chocolate are the best, says Aku. That does sound pretty good. SG Fanboy says, same here, Toby McGrovey, one of my favorites. I saw the movie as a child. Terrifying, says Terry Nee. The Wolf says it would be cool to see Mr. Smith Gully. Don't tell SG Fanboy. He'll do it. Oh, dear. Have no fear. Smith is here. That show, for some reason, was insanely popular in Australia. The cast would go over there and be worshipped as heroes, man. It really would be. Oh, man, SG, you're just too good to me, man. You really are. I thank you so much. The AI stuff, and of course the super chats. You just, man, like I said, I don't know what I did in a past life to deserve SG Fanboy coming in here, but man, I'm glad I did it, wherever it was. Reverend Wild Bill says, I saw a night of at the drive-in with my mom and dad. I was in the back seat, eyes wide open. SG says, gotcha, Wolf. SG Fanboy is just, man, thank you. The Wolf is laughing. I don't know what he's laughing at, but I can hear him. That's the thing about the wolf's laugh. I can hear it in my head. The Reverend Wild Bill says some countries wouldn't play it when it came out. UK, hint, hint. Yes, it was probably on the video nasties list in the 90s, too, for whatever reason. What do we got? About another 4.5 minutes here until replayables. Yes, replayables at top of the hour. I wish I could jump on there right away. Unfortunately, I have an errand I got to run real fast. But it's like one of those things where I'm going to bolt. I mean, do you really think I want to do an errand at 7 o'clock at night on a Friday? No. I'll get that done as quickly as I possibly can. And I apologize for this show. I'm just so low energy. But Sunday, where the big ones run, 1 p.m. Eastern. 1 p.m. Eastern, we will be doing a members-only watch party of the public domain film Night of the Living Dead. And we'll just see how we're going to do it, whether we're going to watch it and stop it and have the chats come up, whether I'm just going to play it and then put your chats up over the top of it, whether I'm going to interact with I don't know how it's going to go. I don't know. This is new territory. Brand new territory. The Reverend says some countries. Oh, I did that one. SG must be laughing at peanut butter gully time still stuck in his head. The wolf. We have to get the wolf in there somehow. The wolf in where? In the AI. The wolf does not have a large social media profile, nor a lot of photography that exists online. Oh, there's pictures of him playing football in like high school and stuff. Members only movie. Yes, it's our members only movie night, day, afternoon. Yeah, whatever it is. And we'll do that, and then that'll be done, and dressed up. I've had a whole week of having to be dressed up. And I mean dressed up for me, not for like regular people, but for me. It's like, what? I got to wear shirts with buttons on them? What kind of gulag death camp are you people running here? Any old way. Let's see. Let's just go ahead and put a fork in it. Hey, you guys have been great all week. SG Fanboy, man, I can't thank you enough for all this stuff and for everything. I owe you. I'll maybe reach out to you this weekend on Twitter or something. I can't watch because of my tendency to ruin public movies. Oh, man. I tell you. Say goodnight, Gracie. Good night, Gracie. But it's been a heck of a week. Hope you guys have had some fun. And I guess now the only thing left to say is I'm the bad guy. I just wanted some change. To buy something. Yeah, I have a spectacular weekend. Hope you can join us on Sunday. Until next time, we'll see you next time.